Hey everyone, and welcome. So today, we're going to dive into this really beautiful, centuries-old idea, the heart as a kind of spiritual mirror. Now, it's meant to reflect light and truth, but what happens when that mirror gets, well, smudged? Let's get into it. You know that feeling, right? It's like your brain has way too many tabs open at once. You're trying to focus, but your mind is just this chaotic jumble of worries, to-do lists, and this constant stream of notifications and things you think you want. It's just mental static. And you know what? This feeling of being totally overwhelmed isn't some new 21st century problem. It's actually a spiritual one that wise people have been talking about for a very, very long time. And this is the absolute core of it, from the classic text, the Hikam. Just think about that question for a second. How can a heart shine when images of the world are printed on its mirror? How can we possibly find that inner light, that peace, or connect with anything higher when we're just reflecting all the chaos from the outside world? This isn't just pretty poetry. It's a serious question about our inner state. So, if our heart really is like a mirror, then what exactly are these smudges we're talking about? Well, the source text actually breaks down the most common things that cloud up our reflection. Okay, so first up, you've got the classic, worrying about tomorrow. In our world, that's stressing about your job, your bills, getting that promotion, you know the drill. Then there's being chained by our desires. That's that endless Instagram scroll that convinces you that you need a different car, a better vacation, a whole new life. Then there's what the source calls the static of heedlessness. That's when you're just kind of going through the motions, feeling spiritually burnt out. And finally, those unrepented missteps. You know, the little regrets and mistakes that we carry around that just kind of fog up the glass. I mean, this is such a perfect way to think about it, right? It's exactly like trying to watch a video on a phone screen that's just covered in greasy fingerprints. It's so frustrating. You can't see the picture clearly at all. All you can see are your own smudges. And it's the same with the heart. When it's filled with worry and want, it creates this storm inside, and the only thing it can reflect are its own restless desires, not that calm, clear sky we're looking for. All right, so our mirrors are a mess. Now what? Do we just give up? No way, we clean them. And luckily, the source material gives us a kind of spiritual polishing kit with two incredibly powerful, yet really simple tools.
The first tool in our kit is something called Qanaah. And this is it's the beautiful state of contentment. It's about feeling truly satisfied and at peace with whatever God has provided for you today, right here, right now, without your mind constantly jumping ahead to what you don't have. It's the perfect antidote to that nagging feeling of, if only I had this, then I'd be happy. The text says it pretty plainly. A person with Qanaah will have a clear heart. It's as simple as that.
And wow, look at the difference this makes. It's night and day. On one side, you have that restless heart, totally caught in this storm of its own making, agitated, and it can only see its own churning desires reflected back. But on the other side, you've got the contented heart. It's grounded, it's peaceful, and because it's finally still, it can reflect the sky. It can start to see things as they really are. And then, working right alongside that contentment, we have our second tool, Ridha. These two really go hand in hand. Ridha is all about the active practice of accepting God's plan, trusting that whatever is happening is for the best. The source actually calls this the very source of all goodness. It's what quiets that internal storm and lets that deep sense of peace finally settle in. Okay, so we're doing all this polishing, right? What's the point? What's the payoff? What actually happens when we start wiping away those smudges with contentment and acceptance? Well, we get a much, much clearer view. And you can see how it all just clicks into place, one step after another. First, we use contentment, that Qanaah, to polish away the worries. Then, we use acceptance, Ridha, to embrace whatever comes our way. The result? A clear, still mirror. And here's the real magic. A clear heart can start to perceive what the text calls the subtleties of secrets. You begin to tap into a deeper wisdom that's just impossible to see when your mind is all cluttered up. And this is so important to understand. Polishing the mirror of your heart isn't about becoming empty or detaching from the world in some cold, negative way. Not at all. It's about preparation. It's about getting your heart ready to reflect something far more beautiful and real than all those fleeting worries. It's about making space for light, for truth, and for this incredible, profound sense of tranquility. And that really brings this ancient wisdom right into our lives today. It's an invitation to just take a look inward. So here's a thought to take with you. Looking at your own mirror, what's just one little smudge, one nagging worry, one persistent desire that you can start to gently polish away this week, maybe with just a little bit of contentment and acceptance?